Hi, YouTube. I am so excited to be here for my next live stream, and I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday and that you have some fun plans on the weekend to hang out with like your spouse or your friends or your kids and to have a little bit of downtime just to relax. I know it's December now and we're coming up on the holidays, and so I hope everyone is enjoying getting ready for the holiday season and everyone is just doing really, really well. Today, I'm really excited to talk about the Bull of MLM, Dominic Izzo. And we have here, I have two short videos that I want to do depending on how long it takes me. And he's saying the first one is how to instantly get over your fear of calling people in MLM. Do this from day one. Hi, Live Panic. Thank you for joining. I'm really excited that you're here. Thank you. We're going to do two Dominic Izzo videos today. And then I have another Dominic Izzo video for tomorrow as well. And I did not know he was in Juice Plus. Did you know he was in Juice Plus? According to his channel, he is. And I'm excited to go through the Juice Plus website and then look at the Juice Plus income disclosure statement and then look at the video he made for his Juice Plus downline. So that's tomorrow, and I'm really, really excited for that. Hi, Rich. Thanks for joining. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm going to share my screen here, and then we're going to get started on this Dominic Izzo Bull of MLM video. 1 second. Sorry. And I don't think my face is freezing as much today. I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to leave my face on big unless I start to freeze a lot. And then I'll make my face smaller.
But I am the Bull of MLM. This is network marketing warfare. Here's something I want you to do if you're in the industry and you're having a hard time recruiting. Number one, learn to talk to people. Stop trying to recruit. Stop trying to pitch. I'm sorry that the person who used your upline said all you got to do is talk to two people. They're right and they're so damn wrong, because all you have to do is talk to people. That's all you have to do. But you have
Lots of people are socially awkward and may have anxiety when trying to talk to new people, but a lot of people are confident in social situations. And Dominic, sir, they do know how to talk to people. And I don't like the assumption that everyone in MLM is they just don't know how to talk to people. And then we're all like really bad in social situations, because that is not true for everyone, in my opinion. And I don't like how he's starting off with an assertion that we're all deficient in some way right off the bat. I don't like that. Charlie says he's not a bull, he's a pig. Yes, Charlie, I completely agree. And my big issue, you can have different opinions. You can try to critique people online, of course, but I think like when you start doing like personal attacks about how people look and like their intelligence, and then when you start to attack their spouse as well, I feel like it makes it harder to take your content seriously, in my opinion, because when he's not being, in my opinion, misogynistic, I think he does hold himself well and he does speak well in snippets. Like in this video, he will speak respectively in small parts, and then other times I think he's being like demeaning. Let me know what you think about that.
this big nervous energy that, oh, I got to sell, I got to recruit, which is what this business is, right? This business is influence. It's not manipulating, it's influence. Everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold. So your job is to present value to influence them that you're the right person to buy into, and the company is the right to buy into, and the product is the right to buy into. That comes through massive amounts of integrity. Well, how do you?
He's not wrong. In sales, you do have to showcase like the value of the product or service you're trying to sell. And you do need to not just have product knowledge, but talk about the feeling that that the person will get if they buy your product. So it is about verbalizing value. So he's not wrong there, but we've said this 1,000 times on this channel. It's not just normal sales. It would be fine if it was just selling a product, but you're also selling an opportunity, where he knows most people in his Juice Plus downline are losing a lot of money. We'll look at the income disclosure tomorrow, but the income averages in Juice Plus is not great.
How do you find integrity? You be you. So what I want you to do is I want you to change your vocabulary, right? I want you to make a statement instead of asking questions. If you were so proud about, your dog, right? You just bought a dog, this and that. It's a puppy. It's a gorgeous puppy. And you're going to go to your friend and knock on the door's house. And I know that we don't do that anymore. And you go, hey, do you want to see my puppy? You're not proud you're not proud of it. You're asking like timidly. But you're going to knock on the door and go, hey, I want you to see my puppy. And man, this thing is I went to this pound, I rescued him, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be proud of him, right? If you opened up a restaurant, a bar, a coffee shop, you wouldn't ask your friends and family, hey, do you want to stop into my place sometime? You got bills to pay. You're proud of it. Your name is on the door. Hey, I want you to come visit me. I'm going to buy you a cup of coffee. Come on and visit me. You're making a statement instead of asking a question.
I have a few things to say about this. I see Kenzie just made a comment. And hi, Kenzie. It's great to see you here. I'm really happy you're here. MLMs do not ever give you the knowledge of product before becoming a salesperson. And like you said, it's always about the opportunity. Yeah. Yeah, like they are selling the product, yes, but the main thing that they're trying to push is the opportunity. And I haven't done this in a long time, but I'm going to make a video on the Beachbody what's it called? Beachbody National Wake Up Call. Yes, where one of the top coaches is literally sitting there saying that the best product, the best offering of Beachbody is the coach opportunity. And I'm like, oh, pyramid scheme. Yeah. Oh, hi, Kenzie. Yay. It's nice to have you here. So I was thinking of a comment. What was it? Oh yeah, so Ray Higdon, he has an example of, say you open a lumber yard, are you going to force your family and friends to come and purchase lumber from your yard? He says no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have a friend and family tax. You should let them know that you have that service available, and then like they'll come and buy wood from you if they need it. And he compares that back to MLM. Like he says, don't assume the position of your prospect unless you say, hi, I have a product or a product or service I want to tell you about. Is that okay? And they say yes. Unless you go through that interaction, their position is zero and they're not a prospect, and you should not be telling them about your business. In this narrative, he's completely opposite. He's saying, tell your family and friends immediately about your opportunity and don't take no for an answer. Like, don't even ask them. He's going to say that soon. Don't even ask them. Just tell them. And here he's saying, if you open a business, you're going to tell your family and friends to come. I just find it interesting that Ray says things completely differently in this area. What do you guys think? Charlie says the product seems to be irrelevant. Yes. The opportunity is the main thing that these people are trying to sell. And we all know the product is just there to disguise the pyramid scheme structure.
Every single person that you're going to get involved with in the network marketing industry, don't think about recruiting them. Think about having conversations, but making statements. It doesn't matter if they're your warm market.
Having conversations with the purpose of recruiting them down the road. So they're not sincere conversations.
Market, friends and family. With their cold market, right? The more you become a perceived expert in your field, by becoming an expert in the field, learn the industry, learn your product inside and out, learn the numbers inside and out, learn how much this industry made last year, learn how to counter when somebody says it's a pyramid scam, learn how to say, yes, we do recruit, this is what we do. Learn to answer those questions, but more importantly, learn to make statements, right? Hey,
it's interesting. He tells us to research the industry so we can counter is this a pyramid scam? That's not what it's called, sir. So we can counter that statement. And I found that so interesting because I've never heard anyone in this industry tell us to research. It's always jump in right away, do things messy, and you'll eventually find success. So that's interesting.
John, I want to talk to you about my business. End of story. There is literally nothing wrong with calling people that you haven't spoken to in years, right? Especially if you're in that position. Some of you are like, I want to make $5,000 a month. I want to make $5,000 a day. It doesn't get done unless you're talking to people. So do you want John, who you worked with 3 years ago at their last retail job, that you haven't talked to in 3 years, that you have nothing in common, you don't even like his social media content. If you call him up and try to pitch him, he's going to be like, what the fuck is this? Why are you calling me? This is ridiculous and rude. Can you, though, call him up and say, John, this is Dominic Izzo. We used to work together 3 years ago. Listen, this may be rude. I'm sorry, but this is how it is. I have a business. I want to present it to you. I want to talk to you about it. This is not a personal call. You can hang up on me. That's great, but I want to start talking to people about my business. Can I get 5 minutes of your time? At least you are being honest with them. What if you start doing things like that? The end result is not what you're looking at. The process, the cultivation of your methodology of learning how to talk to people is. Because
I don't hate it, but I do at the same time. I think I would prefer an honest, straightforward approach when if someone is trying to pitch their business to me, but I think it's completely inappropriate to call up someone you haven't talked to in years and not even get their permission or their consent to have that conversation, and you're just stating, I'm going to tell you about my business, and you're not giving them an out like Ray tells us to do. And I think like that could potentially give someone who may not be the most extroverted or have the most self-confidence, that could give them a lot of extreme anxiety when trying to start their business. And in my opinion, I think he's inadvertently stating that, or implying, sorry, that we are not successful in our business because we are not being upfront and honest about it, and we don't have excitement behind our actions, and that's why we're not finding success. So if we just be straightforward about it and assume that everyone in the world wants to hear about our opportunity, then we will find success. We will climb up the pyramid. What do you think about that? I'm open to the conversation, just not the never ending conversation slash persecution. Yeah, and Ray tells us to, like, hey, can I tell you about my product or opportunity? If not, no big deal. And then he tells you to respect the no, but then he also tells you to follow up until they die. So I'm not really sure which one it is, if he's actually respecting the no, because he said that he would message someone until they died, and then he would stop because then it's disrespectful to the widow of the dead person. And so he would stop after that, which I think is really, really gross. Learn your income disclosure statement. And we'll go through that tomorrow. I'm really excited. I've never talked about Juice Plus or looked into Juice Plus at all. And when I saw the video on his channel, I was like, Dom, you're in Juice Plus? What? Oh, good point. Oh, good, Kenzie. I'm glad you liked it. So we're getting through this kind of quick. That's interesting. So maybe we'll do both short videos tonight.
maybe one time it's so damn blunt and it's like it's uncaring and there's no charisma on it. But maybe by the time we get to the 20th person, it's like, hey, John, Dominic Izzo, listen, yeah, this is weird. This is not a social call. It's a business call. I have no idea how you're doing. I actually think that I'd like to have a catch up conversation with you after this, but I really want to talk to you about what I'm doing. I want to see if there's any value in it. Maybe we could spend some time afterwards having a conversation about how your family is, because it's really been rude and shitty of me not to talk to you. But I'm aware that I'm calling you now that I'm in a time of need or something. Can we have a conversation? The more you start to be.
And Ray's told us too that a business built on favors is not a business. And so he's wanting us to call someone we knew years ago and ask them for a favor so that they'll listen to us speak. And so I think that's not a very strong foundation for your business if you need to guilt people and pressure people into listening to you. I really don't like that. And I had another thing in my head. I don't remember what it was. I'll say it if I remember.
Be honest with that, the more that you will grow as an individual.
I remember now. I remember. So can you imagine if, say, John is like kind of lonely and wants some friends, and then Dom calls him and he's like, hey, I want to tell you about my business. And then only after I tell you about my business can we have a chat and follow and like catch up. And I'll ask you about your family. But you have to do this favor for me before I'm a nice person and I'm respectful to you. And I feel like that would really bother me. And I would probably hang up and I would say something like, we haven't talked in years. And now you're in this pyramid scheme. And now you want to talk to me, right? I just don't think it's a nice way to treat people.
To wind up cultivating your proper pitch. The pitch is the easiest thing in the world, right? You're presenting value with whatever company you chose, right? How you make your money, the product or the service, or the culture of network marketing. So what I want you to do is I want you to get out of the mindset of asking questions and start making statements. But you're going to find that balance between being bold in your statement and being compassionate. I want, but what are you willing to give? Because you have to give something, right? Everybody does what if they're going to give you some of their time. What are you giving them in return? Right? You talk to your friends and family. Your friends and family are so much easier to talk to. Don't count on them doing your business. We'll talk about that later, but they're all practice. Hey,
I don't like seeing your family as practice. That seems weird to me. I feel like talking to my dad about something that I feel unsure of, or I'm like worried about his reaction, or my mom's or my sisters. Like I would feel more nervous talking to them about something I'm unsure of than talking to Joe, who I worked with 5 years ago. I feel like talking to my family would be even worse because I don't want to disappoint my parents, and I want them to think that I'm like a fully functioning, well-rounded adult. And so he's going to tell us how we can use our family members as practice. So it's gross. I don't like it. Liv Panic says, sorry, but this approach would not work on me. Yuck. Do you mean Liv Panic if like your family member said, hey, Liv Panic, I'm going to tell you about my MLM business, or if you were told to do that same thing? Either way, I agree. It is yuck. And don't think of your family members as practice. That's also yuck.
Aunt Joan, listen, hey, I want to talk about my business. No, we can talk about Christmas later on. I need you for this right now, right? I need to practice my pitch on you. I don't expect you. Just hear me. Just sit there. Let me pitch this to you. Maybe ask some questions that I can write down that you counter that I can learn. But I want to learn how to do this business, so I'm practicing on you. A couple different things. Number one, you're learning the business pitch as you go. Number two, you're hearing new counters and you're picking up new energy in the conversation. Number three, you don't know. Maybe Aunt Joan here's what you says. What company are you with? Oh my gosh, I've heard of them before. You're with. Well, tell me more. So the more honest you are.
So, sir, is our motive for forcing our friends and family to listen to our pitch, is it to practice, like you just said, or is it to recruit them into the business, right? Because you just said, oh, you don't know, Joan, Auntie Joan might want to join you, right? And so he has a decent point that if you want to improve in a certain skill, you do have to practice and you do have to get feedback. I was never one to practice my presentations as a kid or like my work presentations in front of people. I like to just like do it in like an empty office because I'm more nervous practicing in front of people. But a lot of people like that. A lot of people like to practice and then get like constructive criticism and feedback and then apply that feedback and improve it when they go to do their presentation. So that advice on the surface is fine. It's just in practice, I could imagine Auntie Joan would get pissed and she would wonder why you're forcing her to sit there and listen to you pitch your MLM. Say if when her kids are running around or like she needs to go pick up her spouse, right? We have lives. Yeah, my dad is so nice. He'd buy it just to be nice. Aw. Yeah, dads don't want to disappoint their kids. You're right. Parents in general. Run. Yes. We need to run from MLMs. No, I mean a script when he calls random people. Oh, gotcha. That's also yuck. It's all yuck.
And that's the key with everything. Integrity, honesty, telling the damn truth, and being very direct with what you want will keep people from feeling that sleazy sales energy that everybody hates, right?
Sure, but it will make your family members have their guard up around you because they know that you're going to potentially force them to sit there and listen to your pitch. And so, sure, you're right, I guess. I guess, but it could be really harmful to your relationships with your family members.
So short and sweet today. Just think about this. If you're going to wind up advocating for your business, doesn't matter if you're 2 years into it or 2 days into it, you need to be assertive with what you want and make a statement. Don't ask a question. Don't ask, hey, can I show you my business today? Because that's not leadership, right? That's you're asking permission. I'm not asking permission. I'm so passionate about my business. I'm excited about it. I want to show you my business. But if somebody comes across it,
So, if we're not successful, we are not passionate about our business and we're not excited because we're asking our mom if it's okay with her if we tell her about it, like Ray tells us to, right? That's why we fail. That's why, right? If they really told the truth, they never sell nor recruit. Yeah, like what's the truth? It's like, hey, I've been in Beachbody for 6 months. I work 6 hours a night when after I put my kids home or after I put my kids to bed. I've made uh, if I've made $50 a month in profit since I joined, I can't get anyone to join me. I am losing money every single month. Do you want to be a member of my team? Sorry, one second. Because honestly, that's the experience of the majority of people in Beachbody. They're losing money. They're struggling to recruit anyone. If they were actually honest, no one would join. I don't condone dishonesty. I don't condone lying, but I could see where they're coming from with fabricating a certain lifestyle. I get it. Charlie, ding, ding, ding. Yes. We're almost done this one.
Well, great. I'm going to give you 5 minutes of my time. What are you going to get in return? What's what I'm saying? You tell me what you need. And then starting a relationship with people. The number one thing for network marketing is it's a business of relationship and self-development, right?
It's not a relationship. You're pretending to get something that you want out of them. You're teaching people to see their loved ones and their old colleagues and their friends as dollar signs.
And the key, when you understand that, there's the key of the constant, perpetual transactions being done and how everybody winds up becoming their own customer. And unfortunately, that's where people...
How everyone winds up becoming their own customer. What does that mean? Does that mean that MLM distributors are just buying products to show that they're a product of the product and to show the lifestyle on social media? Is that what he means?
Don't understand where they get the whole it's a pyramid scam, and that's what this whole purpose of this channel is, to educate people through the fault of a lens where it wasn't explained properly. So really,
how is that the purpose of your channel when you have mostly young women? I don't know the ages of everyone, like 20s and 30s, where you're degrading people and making fun of their appearance and just being awful. How is the purpose of your channel education, sir? You are exactly right. Thanks, Kenzie. MLM reps are the customers. Yes. Yes, they are. But I didn't really understand what he meant by like you becoming your own customer. Like maybe he means if you don't be upfront and excited about your business and force your mom to sit there and listen to you and you're not passionate, then no one is going to buy your products and that you have to buy your own products to accumulate volume. Maybe that's what he means, but I just don't get it.
Quickly again, make statements, be proud in your business. Don't ask questions because you're going to get an answer. Can I talk to you about my business? No. Damn it. Hey, I want to talk to you about my business. And then fuck it up in the process. Fuck it up. Well, why do you want to talk about it now? I haven't talked to you in 3 years. Screw it up. Get in there. It's just like driving. When you were 16 years old or 15 and a half, started driving, you get screwed up like crazy. Now you can drive with your knee while texting eating a cheeseburger and hitting the turn signal with your elbow, right? You're one with the car. Guys, have fun with this, but at the same point in time, too, take this business very, very, very seriously and be very passionate about it. But deliver your truth in this. Tell people the truth. Be open with them. Be 100% honest with them. Find integrity, and your business will thrive. See you guys in the next video.
If we're completely honest, then we're not going to recruit anyone and we're not going to make any money. So he was just telling us that we can go into these forced conversations with the expectation of fucking them up, like he said. And a big issue I have in MLM is assuming that everyone reacts to situations in the exact same way. He is, I don't know how old he is, 40s, in his 40s. He seems to be a very self-assured man, very self-confident man, outgoing, and not everyone is like that. A lot of people might be sensitive to rejection, might be worried about the reaction of their family or their old colleague, and some people are more insecure in social situations. And a lot of people would not have the capacity to go into that kind of conversation and just be extremely assertive and in that person's face. Because in this case, it's assertive in a negative way. It's assertive in a toxic way because you're not asking someone's permission to start a conversation. We don't know what's going on with them. We don't know where they are mentally, if they have the capacity to listen. and just it's toxic. It's toxic and I really don't like it. Yeah, exactly. But I shouldn't have to buy hundreds of dollars in products to maybe sell it, especially if the only good deal is to become a coach to get the product. Oh, yes. Great point. Great point. He is teaching people to betray the trust of their family members for profit. Yes. If you're willing to do that, you'll do whatever he says. It's so sad because people will actually do it. Like they'll actually go and take his advice and potentially really harm relationships with their family members and their friends over that. Yay, my fave YouTuber is on. Aw, I've been loving your videos on Amway. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. And I don't have any Amway videos planned currently in my head. And I'm not going to be able to stream for like a week and a half after this, but I am definitely going to think of more Amway videos to do because I really enjoy them and I really like listening to Rich DeVos speak and trying to debunk all this stuff he says. So it's only been 25 minutes, and I want to do the other short video of him, if that's okay. If you guys have to jump off, that's totally fine. It's another 7-minute video. This one is called Do Not Skip This Step for MLM Success in 2023. So I'm really excited, and let me know what you think.
If you're going to do network marketing, is ask you.
I'm going to start it at 0 and not at 3 seconds.
All right, one of the first things that you need to come to terms with or take a personal inventory if you're going to do network marketing is ask yourself a very simple question. Am I full of shit or not? Listen, this business is not for lazy people. And, I'm on YouTube all the time looking at other people's content. And on one of the channels I don't have like I have a YouTube.
Rich says, go for it. Yay. Kenzie says, keep going. Awesome. Okay, that's great. So for right off the bat, he's like, don't be lazy. Don't be fucking lazy. So again, assuming that we're being lazy and inadvertently victim blaming and saying, even though you did exactly what I told you, exactly what your upline told you to do, you're not making any money and going into debt because you're lazy. And then someone might sit there and think, well, I work on my business 6 hours a night and I barely sleep and I'm on every team call and I'm a product of the product and I go to all the events and I try my hardest. How can you say I'm lazy?
Paid subscription where it bypasses all the content or the commercials. And then I have one of my channels that is not. So as I was navigating through the unpaid YouTube channel today, a commercial pops up and I'm looking at it. And of course, it's talking about the whole, leveraging your social media for this and that. And where I don't agree with a lot of where life is going, especially with network marketing, is the impersonable funnel filling, saturating the industry for volume sakes. Now, let me explain something to you. Yeah, network marketing is a numbers game. And we know that 80% of the people who get involved in your business are just going to do shit. 20% out of that, 20%, you're going to get 12 who maybe do a little bit every now and then you're going to have, 8 who do X, Y, and Z. The point being is...
So he's saying that MLM is a numbers game, and when you recruit people, they're not all going to actually work. And if you follow into MLM content, you would have seen the Jessie Lee Ward training where she has cards and she's saying like aces will work this much, jokers will be like your rock stars and they'll work this much. These numbers don't work at all. They'll get to this rank and so on. And it's literally just seeing people as numbers and how they could impact your financial standing within your downline. And I think this kind of narrative would really encourage someone to just continuously recruit, because that only a small portion of people are going to actually, are going to actually build the business, right? And then you have to, and a lot of people are going to quit. And so then you have to always have people who will slot in and replace those people. Okay. It's almost like most of the people you try to recruit have lives. Ugh, Jessie Lee. Yeah, but you can't have lives in MLM. You have to devote all your time and energy and effort to being on all the freaking team calls and going live constantly. So sad because you're not paid for any of that, right? Like anytime I'm working, I get paid a pretty good salary too, and I'm really happy about that. But anytime you're training, anytime you're going live, anytime you're running a freaking challenge group, you're not getting paid for that. And it's very, very sad. Okay, sorry, I'm missing some things. Okay, Rich says, gotta sift through to find a sucker. He's predatory. Yes. You have to keep recruiting as many vulnerable people as you can to find one or two that will work the business really hard and help you make money. Kenzie says true. Okay, that's good.
Is I follow this lead, right? And I want to tone on something for a really quick second of this woman's video.
Okay, my opinion, in my past time on my channel, I used to show little clips instead of longer videos, and I think that's fine, but, like, this clip that he's gonna show and then what he says after, in my opinion, don't make a whole lot of sense. I don't really get his point. If you get his point, please tell me. I don't think you showed enough of the video for it to actually be valuable, in my opinion. Like, I hated so many damn team calls, and my other jobs meetings, even on my phone at home, were paid. Yes. Because when you're at a job, any kind of job, your time is respected. And even if you are not a salaried employee, you at least know when you're at work, when you're completing your job description, you will get compensated at least a little bit.
And I'm not going to plug her because she's got her own type of online business, but it's what she said in the beginning that is the root of all problem with not just network marketing, but every fucking business out there, including brick and mortars today. We have to listen to what she has to say right here for her business opportunity.
Have you ever wanted to build an income online but have no idea what product or service you would sell? Hi, my name is Rachel Rofe, and up until a few years ago, I was a Walmart cashier. When you're a kid, you have all these dreams and aspirations about how your life is going to turn out. Being a cashier at Walmart was never part of that dream. It got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I was determined to find a better way. I knew getting another job.
So I think that was like 25 seconds of the video. Not enough to actually draw a conclusion, not enough for it to be valuable to contribute to the point of his video. In my opinion, I might be nitpicking though.
This is where I'm going to limit it to her on this aspect. You can look at more of her stuff. But it's the same damn concept as what the NBA, NFL, rock music, rap music does, which is bypass school, become an athlete, bypass school, become a celebrity, right? Hollywood does the same thing. I'm going to tell you from personal experience. I started out as a...
Huh? Bypass school and become a celebrity? So is he insinuating that this woman wants to get out of her Walmart cashier job, but she's not willing to do the work? Is that what he means? Please let me know if you understand. Now he's going to tell us about his employment history.
Cashier. My first job, no, that's a lie. I started out on the phones. My first job was Little Caesars Pizza in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. For $2.75 an hour, I answer the phone. Thanks for calling Little Caesars in Hoffman Estates. This is Dominic. Would you like to try our large picnic special for only $10.98? That was 32 years ago. 32 years ago, I still remember that.
That's good for you, Dominic. For those of us who aren't like in our like late 40s, we couldn't have worked 32 years ago because we weren't born yet or we were like 5 years old. What's your point? Now, what's wrong with being cashier and how does this have to do with NFL? Right? And like, nothing wrong with being a cashier, but I totally get it. Like working for Walmart, it's probably really physically challenging and demanding to be a cashier because you're standing up all day. And I've never worked at Walmart, but you probably don't make that much money, right? And it's a really, really hard job to work in retail. So I totally get someone wanting to leave that job, but there's nothing wrong with it, of course, because we need cashiers, we need people in retail, or else we don't have access to those products. He let it play long enough to recognize the rags to riches nature of her story. Okay, that's what I thought too. Like she wanted to like get out of Walmart, but like didn't want to do the work, right? And so like, yeah, right? Am I understanding it properly? Thanks, Rich. I'm just getting confused. This was a long week at work this week, and did a lot of like new things that I like haven't had to do before, and my brain is very, very tired.
Second job was at Blockbuster Video. I was at Little Caesars for 2 years, Blockbuster Video for 4. Then I went to TGI Fridays for 2 years, got in the restaurant industry, became a bartender. Then I became a cop. Here's my point. Although Walmart may not be in your cards, what you guys are all trying to do, the younger generation, you're trying to bypass one of the most crucial steps that's going to make you extremely successful in network marketing. That's developing your fucking people skills.
Excuse me, sir. I've developed my people skills. My first job, what was it? I was a camp counselor taking care of kids. I developed people skills, and I did that every summer after university, right, in high school. And then what else did I do? A babysitter, lots of kids, a babysitter, a daycare teacher. I babysat with several families. I worked at a military daycare. I'm probably a member of the younger generation, and I also have an employment history, right? I've also developed people skills. I went through times when I was barely making any money, living way, way below poverty levels, and still made it work, still had a good attitude, worked part-time at a daycare while trying to find my first big girl job, and made it work. Like, I don't get your point, sir. Just because we're young doesn't mean we're lazy, and doesn't mean we're not driven. Hey, I have a BS in social work and work at a deli right now. Yeah. And nothing wrong with that, right? Like, it's working retail, like providing people with services is important, is meaningful, and like it's great. Like, I don't understand what his problem is. Charlie says Dom needs to develop people skills. Right? I totally agree. Oh, Kenzie said yes, probably to Charlie's comment, right, Kenzie? How the hell does this idiot purport to know what kids are doing anyways? Right? I worked my ass off as like a younger adult. Like, worked constantly just to like provide for my basic needs. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm going to tell you flat out, if you don't know how to talk to people, no automated funnels, no this and that, no nothing that you do, none of your hey, click on this if you're interested stuff is ever going to create any wealth for you. What I mean by that is
neither is talking to people. Even if we're the most outgoing, extroverted person in the world, it doesn't matter. If we don't get in early, if we are not lucky, if we don't have a built-in following, we're not going to make any money in your stupid company anyways.
You have to have perpetuation, right? All of this stuff is transactional, selling, one and done. The network marketing space is infamous for that. Recruit people, abandon them. Recruit people, abandon them. Recruit people, abandon them. You're still going to get 80% of the people who you bring in the industry, they're going to disappear. You're never going to hear from them again.
Oh, geez, excuse me. He's right about the recruit people, abandon them thing. We learned in my last stream that, what was that one? That was the forced matrix, where the guy was literally like, in this compensation plan, you can just recruit people and then ignore them because it's fine and you're going to make money anyways. And there's a big narrative, like, if you come and join our business, we'll work with you hand in hand right beside you and we'll guide you every step of the way. And then when you're in, like Amy Ura has said this before, when you're in Beachbody, you only have access to the training and the support if you hit a certain rank. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to hit that rank if you won't train me? Like, you have to earn your training.
Out of the 20%, well, if you got 100 people, right, 80%, 80 of them gone, 20%, that's 20 left over. 12 of them maybe answer your call when you wind up calling them, but they're still on the product here and there, right? Out of that, 8 of them are going to try. 2 of them are going to fucking really rock it out of the park, right? So where it's a numbers game is finding the pressure tested talent. But where you have to come in is you have to understand that this is a people business. And even though those 80% of you disappear, you still make the content and the training and yourself available for them. So really,
that's nice. So he's telling us that we need to still train our people. But remember, we do not get paid for training our people. We only get paid if our people recruit or sell a product. Hi, RK. It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while, so thank you for joining. We're just watching a short video from Dominic Izzo. He is the bull of MLM. Live Panic says pressure tested talent. Yeah, that's how he's describing human beings now, right? Like, the people who will actually like be lucky enough to recruit some people and rank up and then actually maintain their rank. Beachbody coaches teach you that you only have like a few business builders, and that's really all you need. And then you can expand your business and hit elite. And so, like, if you want to be an elite coach, I guess you only really need like 5 diamonds who are really pushing to build their business. And then you can just like have the rest of your team be like preferred customers, or they can be like your family members and your controlled accounts, even though you're not supposed to do that. That's not the point of this video, though.
Brief, I wanted to point out in this video that she skipped over one of the most crucial steps, which is work ethic, people development. If you work at Walmart and you're a cashier, I will 100% guarantee you are better at an industry like network marketing than some kid who just picks up his phone and he or she started a social media page. You've got people skills. You're bigger entrepreneurs.
Well, I appreciate him complimenting cashiers, because we already talked about how it's an incredibly challenging job. It's nice that he said that they have people skills. That's true. You talk to people all day long. I don't understand his point of you're better entrepreneurs. Cashiers aren't entrepreneurs. MLMers aren't entrepreneurs. Dom, you're not an entrepreneur in your Juice Plus business. I guess if you have your own Bull of MLM brand, I don't really know much about that, you could call yourself an entrepreneur, I guess. I guess so. But yeah, Walmart people aren't entrepreneurs. And then if a kid picks up their phone and actually builds a really big following, then they also have the people skills to succeed in MLM, because they are able to relate to a large amount of people online. So I think you're wrong.
The question you have to ask yourself is, how fucking lazy am I? Because the network marketing industry and all these ClickFunnels industries.
I'm not lazy at all, sir. What are you talking about?
All this shit created, all it did is it created this illusion that there was no work involved. No work involved. I spend hours a day. And I used to tell people, well, network marketing, the industry standard is considered 2 hours as full time. No, dude. I grab 2 cigars. I do a lot of my work in my car because I like the privacy of music, and I drive to a giant open parking lot where there's an abandoned movie theater where I can get out, stretch my legs. I can wind up vocalizing. I could be me, right? Operate my business from my car. That's 4 hours minimum every day. Now,
I have something to say about this, and there's a couple comments, which is awesome. Thank you guys for participating in the stream. It's really fun. Okay, I had to take a break from these types of toxic men. I have been watching old movies instead. I just watched a silent movie that inspired the Joker character. Oh, that's cool. What's that movie called? And yeah, that's totally fair. Like, these men like Ray Higdon, they can be very they can be hard to listen to, for sure, especially as females. And it's just like, he has moments where he's reasonable and okay to listen to, and then he has moments where he's extremely toxic and misogynistic. I totally get it, RK. He's really hard to listen to. Yes, he's very, very hard to listen to. You're right. Rich says, are these hours and hours in the pockets of your time? Right? 4 hours is not in the pockets of time. 4 hours at once, too. It's called The Laughing Man. Oh, that's cool, RK. So I have a few things to say. So it's great that he found something that works for him, and that he goes to an abandoned parking lot and works in his car. I know this isn't the point of this video, but I cannot sit in a car by myself, especially at night. I am too scared that someone's going to try to like get into the car and like try to hurt me. And so he is a bigger male, and I feel like he could still be a target if he's by himself, of course, but like, someone is less likely to try to break into his car when he's sitting in it than a female or like a smaller built male. And so not everyone has the privilege of being able to feel safe working out of their car. And also not everyone has the privilege to be able to be able to allocate 4 hours every single day to their MLM business. I don't know his personal life. I don't know if he has kids or a spouse, or like if he has responsibilities that may take away from his time from his MLM business, but not everyone can devote 4 hours at a time. Also, not everyone wants to. Just because we have free time that's open in our schedule doesn't mean that we have the mental capability to just fill it up. Sometimes we need to sit on the couch and do nothing, like I'm going to do tomorrow.
I also do several other things, but network marketing, that's my primary goal. So the point is don't skip over the hard work, but it's really not that hard work once you wind up seeing that it's really having conversations with people. So if you're looking to get involved in the network marketing industry and you're not really like, I don't want to deal with people, I just want to set it and forget it. Like that rotisserie grill infomercial. This business is not to work for you. If you want to find out what your weaknesses are and work on them, and you cultivate them by capitalizing off of the strengths of others who are there to help you, yeah, you'll do it. Man, I don't know how to talk to people.
Capitalizing off of the strengths of those around you, that means, in my opinion, that means making money off of your downline.
Great, let's talk to so-and-so. They do. We can wind up, you'll work one-on-one with them. I don't know how to pitch. I don't know how to close. I do. Get people on the phone with me. That's all I want you to do. I don't know how to talk to them, get on the phone. All right, then let's take a week and do some hardcore training, role play, Q&A, do all this stuff. But you're going to have to break out of that comfort zone and that shell, and you're going to have to determine, am I fucking lazy or do I really want this? Guys, don't.
Just because someone isn't able to reach out and call people and stuff doesn't mean they're lazy. It could mean they're shy. It could mean that they're experiencing some cognitive dissonance. Could be that they have other responsibilities going on. Could be something from their childhood or like a recent traumatic experience that makes it harder for them to communicate to strangers. Like there's a lot of reasons why someone might not have the exact same characteristics as you, Dom. And it's great to say that you'll train them and spend a week with them trying to like improve their skills, but I wonder how that actually translates in reality and if uplines actually devote that much time to one person who doesn't really have the basic skill set down yet. What do you think about that? He is the one setting the he is the one setting the expectations. He's not criticizing people for having, yes, a setup for failure and manipulation via guilt. Yes. I think it's not always polite in this. Like he has moments where it's not super polite, but I think both of these videos have examples of like polite, less obvious gaslighting and victim blaming, of course. Leave lazy people alone, Dom. Yeah, exactly. Why can't I just lay on my couch and like watch Netflix? Why can't I watch a hockey game with my husband? Why can't I just sit there? Why can't I just sit there, right? Like life is hard. Humans, adults have a lot of responsibilities every day. And I think it's doing nothing and just recharging should be more normalized. And I know a lot of people need to be able to feel productive, but that's not everyone. And I personally really, really value my time where I can just do nothing and like either like with my husband with me or by myself and just like unwind. And I like it. I like to do nothing.
Don't skip over the crucial step as my point of this, right? Don't think that just because you watched an infomercial on YouTube or somebody's get rich quick stuff that it is lasting wealth. It's not. Network marketing, you really want to be fucking wealthy, you got to help others become wealthy themselves. That transactional one and done.
They don't need to be wealthy. They just need to reach and maintain a certain rank, and by their monthly personal volume requirements, they don't need to be wealthy.
It's going to be as empty and unfulfilling as having a giant Snickers bar for dinner. You'll be full for the first 10 minutes, but then sick and ultimately hollowed out within an hour afterwards. Guys, put value in other people and watch your value, watch your network, watch your income grow. Hope this makes sense. Hope this is great value to you. Click the like button. Subscribe if you're not. Comment below what you want to see me cover in this industry. Let's talk about the good of network marketing, the bad, everything in between. You guys have a great damn day. See you in the next video.
I will not have a great damn day, sir. You can't tell me what kind of day to have. Where's my face? Yay, that worked. Okay, cool. So that's Dom, and we have other videos. I have other videos on his channel that I really want to talk about, and one of them,
I have Dominic.
Sorry, one of them being tomorrow, and he has another one. Why don't I share my screen? What am I doing? So I want to do this one, how to master the invitation process, and then welcome to the team and your first steps with us. So that's the Juice Plus one, and we've done quite a few here. And he has an older interview with Jesse Lee Ward. Maybe we'll do that one. He has 393 subscribers, so it's a smaller channel, but I feel like some of his videos have a lot of views. in my opinion, like 184 or 523. There's Julie Joe. Like, I feel like the ones that are like the most misogynistic and the most outrageous definitely have the more views, of course, because we said this before, when MLM people, when coaches like this are just like reasonable and calm and teaching you things, they don't get as many views and they don't get as much attention, unfortunately. My face is freezing a little bit, but thankfully we're almost done. I'd rather take a nap than push an MLM. Yes, exactly. I'd rather watch Netflix too. RK, that's a lot to be said. That's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said for taking a nap. I can't read. You are right, Charlie. You are right. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you to those who watched live and commented, like Rich and Live Panic and Kenzie and Charlie and RK. It was really, really fun. I really enjoy these lives because it's like relaxed and chill and we're just hanging out. And I hope you enjoyed the conversation on those 2 short videos, and you can join me tomorrow for Juice Plus video, where we will look at the website, look at the income disclosure statement, and I'm really, really excited for that. So that's tomorrow. I think I said 6:15 my time. I can't remember. Lift Panic says, thanks, Heather. You're welcome, Lift Panic. Thank you for joining. I really, really appreciate it. It's awesome to have you here. Rich says, thanks, Heather. Great live. Oh, you're welcome, Rich. And thank you for joining and commenting. I really, really appreciate the support. So that's all I have. And I hope you guys have a really, really fun night and a great weekend. And I will see you guys later. Bye, Charlie. You're welcome.